Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'll just say the channel.
Yeah, welcome back to the channel. We're going to do part 2 of our Q&A today, and we took a little road trip, a very short road trip. We were about 20 miles north of our campground across the bay, the Destin Bay. We're in a town called Niceville. We're at Rocky Gannon Bayou State Park.
Are you sure you got that right?
No, Fred Gannon Rocky Bayou State Park. And we took Molly and Pippin out here today just to walk some
Come on,
trails.
Pip. There's old Pip dog. Y'all probably haven't seen him in a while. He's loving it.
Yeah.
This is a dog-friendly trail. That's exactly why we came here. Before we do the first question, though, let me show y'all these little things. These look like little moss balls. See them? They're growing all over the ground. I've never seen anything quite like, oh, they feel like sponges almost.
Yeah.
They're spongy.
Yeah.
I didn't pick one up. They're like sponges.
They're alien pods, and aliens gonna pop out.
Look, you see that? That's like a sponge.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Yeah, we're gonna end up walking probably about what?
A couple of miles.
3 miles maybe,
Yeah.
something like that.
All right, we have a question from Angela Tenney. You store a lot of inventory in a storage unit that costs you money. Is that worth it? I think it would take away from your profit. Well, yeah, it does take away from our profit for sure.
All expenses take away from profit.
Right.
Whether it be vehicle, gas, electricity,
Yep.
cost of goods,
Right.
subscriptions for things.
Yep.
You know, worth point, that takes away from, you know, but
Yeah, we don't like paying the storage fees, but let me tell you, it really comes in handy when we do have those big buys. We have somewhere to put the stuff.
right.
That's the whole reason we have it.
And I am glad we got the shed, but keep in mind, we put this was pre-pandemic prices. The shed was about $6,000, and finishing out the shed was about another $3,000 to $4,000, probably into that for about $10,000. So it's not a trivial cost to just throw another shed up, and we have to have somewhere to put it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I think that's what they're saying anyway. Is that what they were talking about?
Yeah. Like the shed is not big enough, and we don't want to put something else on our property.
No, it's not. And a couple $100 a month is honestly not that much money for the amount of flexibility and the amount of extra profit. Actually, it doesn't detract from profit. It helps us make more profit.
Yeah.
If I had to say.
Yep.
But it is an expense.
It is an expense.
We do get that question a lot.
Yeah.
And I understand, but lots of businesses, lots of people pay for storage. It is not a bad option. It's super easy, convenient. If we ever stop doing this, then we just get rid of storage and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it is convenient. If we needed another one, we'd do it.
Right. All right, this next question is from Adam A. If you have buyer returns turned on and they open a return and lie and say it is not as described or arrived damaged, do they still have to pay the return shipping, or is it still on the seller? So the return shipping, if it's item not as described, it is going to come out from the seller, right?
Yeah, it is. But and can buyers lie? Yes, they can. How do you know they're lying? That's the tricky part.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we might think they're lying and they're not. Like you just have this like hunch. Yeah, it does work, and it worked when it left here and went on a 1,500 mile journey in a bumpy truck. It worked before it went on that journey, and now it doesn't. So they must be lying, right? Like,
Yeah.
How do you prove that they're lying or not?
Yeah, you just have to have them ship it back. You pay the shipping, and then you'll see if it's broken or not.
Or get eBay to make some ruling or something. Like I've been on both. I've been on the good side of those. I've been on the bad side of those.
It can go either way, honestly.
It really can.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's why if you're gonna sell like bulky things, bulky electronics or bulky mechanical things or things that are like fragile, you got to be ready for stuff like that. And selling that kind of stuff ain't for everybody. That's a lot of clothing sellers, I think, like clothing, because
it's not going to get broken.
It might not fit.
Yeah.
It might have some hole in it or something, but it's easy to pack. And the worst thing that could happen is they got to ship it back or something, you know, like, I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to put people on a lie detector here?
Right.
And then even if they are lying, is eBay always going to find in your favor? They're not.
No. Sometimes,
they aren't.
Sometimes they just, they go with the buyer because they have no proof either way, you know.
I've also seen a lot of instances like in the Facebook group where people are complaining about a buyer, and then I'm looking at all the evidence that the seller provided, and I don't come to the same conclusion as them.
Right. There's just not enough evidence there.
Like, or they're jumping to the conclusion that makes them not lose money.
Right.
You know, we all want to believe the thing that is going to be most beneficial to us, whether we're the buyer or the seller. So I think a lot of times people assume the buyer's lying when really it's the truth, and they just don't want to acknowledge that it is a possibility, right?
Yeah.
The seller,
yeah.
I mean. Check out this forest. It is really, really cool in here.
Yeah.
It is really nice. Very easy walking trail. That's what we need. Exactly what we need.
Yeah.
Nice scenery.
It's good for Pippin too, because he's kind of small, so he can't do anything too strenuous.
He's up there with Molly. They're walking ahead of us while we do a few minutes of work.
Yep. All right, I have the next question ready. It's from the motivational setting. Question: at what point do you guys say, hey, we stopped sourcing and list all this stuff? Isn't it when you run out of space and the storage at the storage place? Thanks, and absolutely great finds. Continued success to you both. All right, so I feel like we've addressed this pretty recently. You know, we have so much stuff. Why are we still buying? We kind of we look at opportunities to bring fresh inventory in, and then when there are times when we can't source, then we do have fresh inventory.
Yep. And I think we're always going to go do, look, there's some more of those little moss things. If you look, there's a bunch more of those little spongy ball things all the way. Look, there's a whole field of them over there and over there. They're crazy. But yeah, I agree with you, Candace. Like, when the opportunities are there, you decide if you want to take them or not.
Yeah.
And then in between those, like right now we're on vacation, but this coming weekend we'll probably hit garage sales, and we're going to kind of control our buying at garage sales, or how picky we are based on how much stuff we have. And
yeah, well, I mean, we took this trip so we weren't able to source this week. We'll still have stuff when we get back to
right.
Now, I mean, we do pass up stuff that we don't talk about too.
Sure.
We've actually recently had an offer and we didn't take it, so
it wasn't a good deal.
Right.
Yeah, we get plenty of, like, we show y'all the buys that we make. We get plenty of other offers that are either aren't good deals, lots of not good deals out there,
or
and
it's
then
just not for us,
or it's not great stuff for us, or stuff we don't want to sell.
Right.
Or we even counter offer some deals are just too big sometimes too. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you got to remember, we are not we're always listing.
Yeah.
Stuff is getting listed. Like in the past, what, Candace, since we started making the Kevin and Danielle buys, we've been doing like 30 listings a day.
Right.
So in a week, 5 day week, even with doing YouTube, we're still getting up 150 listings a day.
Sometimes up to 200, because we've had days where we've done like 60, you know, so
it's not just sitting there. And then stuff is selling.
Right.
Well, not right now so much because we're on vacation mode.
Yeah.
But yeah, it never stops, man. But yeah, there does come a time where we let the foot off the gas a little bit when it comes to sourcing though.
Yep.
But yeah, we're not full. We could buy Kevin and Danielle by what, maybe twice more if we had to.
Yeah, we have the room. All right, next question is from Jennifer Ramirez. How did she get all this stuff? It's so hard for me to find inventory in Illinois. Now she's speaking about Bev.
Yeah, I'll put a this is from a video. I'll put a quick clip or thumbnail in here.
This is from a buy we did from Bev at her storage unit. And she lives really close to us, and we're fortunate enough to have garage sales nearly year-round. So
we have a couple of months off where you don't have garage sales.
Right, so there's plenty of inventory for everybody, honestly.
And a lot of times, so I hate to speak for Bev, but I know she goes to thrift stores.
And she does thrift stores, church sales. Yeah.
We actually see her out quite often.
Yeah.
I would say maybe every second or third weekend we're out, we run into her.
Yeah.
Like we ran into her maybe, and it's probably been about 4 weeks ago now. Ran into her at a church sale. Yeah. And I think we had ran into her again. So the way she gets all that stuff, she beats the streets and finds it.
Yeah, just like us.
Just like us.
She does do more thrift store, I believe, than we do.
Right.
So.
Yep.
All right, this next question is from Seville Weddington. They should just, this is referring to Kevin and Danielle. They should just sell y'all the whole business with the eBay account and everything. Why relist everything that they have already listed?
Okay, so you made one assumption there that was really risky, in that the stuff we bought from Kevin and Danielle was already listed, and unfortunately that assumption is wrong, incorrect.
Correct.
That stuff was not listed.
Yeah.
Never has been listed, and really the way you know a lot of that stuff has never been listed, a lot of it would have sold quickly.
Yeah, they had some good stuff.
They had some stuff that like would have sold like boom. So no, it was not listed. So yeah, that was all unlisted inventory or collection or whatever. But it was, I imagine most of it was stuff they intended to list at some point and just never did.
Right.
We all have stuff like that.
Yep.
Just their stuff was a little better.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was no reason to buy out, to buy their name or buy their eBay account. I don't even know if you can do that.
Yeah. They're probably talking about, because she talked about how much feedback she had.
I think the only way you could do buy somebody's eBay account is if it's like registered as a business.
Yeah.
And you have another business entity take it over.
And you would have to transfer the tax ID number and everything. It's not just a matter of highest bidder take my eBay.
I don't know about that. I really don't. I hate to.
Even as a personal account, you have to submit your tax ID information.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could change it. I don't know what all's involved.
Yeah.
Don't get into legal issues there.
Don't take any, like, we don't know anything about buying or selling eBay accounts.
Yeah.
Although maybe we should find out, because we have a couple.
Yeah. We do.
All right, super windy right here, as y'all can tell, but this is a little beach area. Actually, it's more of a boat launch. They have a bunch of kayaks and canoes and stuff for rent right here. I'm gonna go catch up with Candace.
So we came out from the trail over there. This is the lake, and there's some more nature trails this way we're about to head down to.
Yeah.
And I do have another question ready from Elizabeth Wilson. What's the story behind not wanting FedEx shirts and the mention of a UPS hat? So basically anything that is a current uniform, like home delivery, like UPS, FedEx, postal workers, police officers.
Yeah, it's under the government.
Military.
It's the government. It's under the government.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I'll put the policy in right here, but it also covers delivery services.
It's for safety reasons, of course. You don't want to sell someone a UPS hat and they impersonate a UPS driver and go to someone's home. Right. It's for protection of the public.
Right. And the hat, I was referring to a hat. Well, the FedEx outfit or uniforms that I showed, those definitely looked modern to me. And then I had a UPS hat.
And you looked it up, right?
Yeah, even though it was older and it was made in the USA, I looked at the logo, I went to their website, the logo was the exact same.
Yeah, so if it's current, you cannot sell it.
Right.
Even if it was a little different, we probably wouldn't anyway, just wouldn't feel good about that.
Even if it was a little different and it wasn't the current thing, but most people don't know what the current...
Like, oh wait, that's not the current UPS logo.
They don't know.
Don't come in my driveway, you know?
Right.
So
some things Some things we just stay away from. And this one there's an actual policy for, but even if it was close, like badges and things, we really don't mess with that kind of stuff too much at all. There's a really good chance, even if something is legal by policy, that eBay's gonna pull it down anyway. So I find it's best to just like not
even listed. It's not worth it.
Right, don't just like adhere to the policy, but steer way clear around that kind of policy is the best bet, in my opinion. This is a cool little part of the trail here. Oh, y'all could see the camp. There's a campground through there too. We actually rode through the campground just to check it out.
Yeah. So we have to walk like kind of through the campground to get to the next trail. So we're not going to film that for privacy, just because we're not staying here, you know.
Yeah, I'll film right here. I don't mind that.
This is a cool little trail right here.
Yeah, this is a nice campground too.
It really is.
We're thinking if we might need like a night or two sometime, we might
stop here.
Stop here, yeah.
It's close to the interstate.
I think Pippin is smelled and marked. He marks about what, every 50 feet or so. He'll mark his spot.
He's constantly smelling for other animals, and if he picks up a good scent, he marks it.
And he likes to stay in front.
Yeah.
Pulling, Molly. What you think, P? Nope. And we have the obligatory Florida State Park amphitheater sighting here. Welcome. Take a seat. Yes?
I have a question. Oh, wait, you're supposed to have a question. But I have a question.
Okay.
This is from Travis W. How long do you hold on to stuff that doesn't sell before you get rid of it? Forever.
Most stuff does sell.
Eventually. We do have some stuff that's been in there a couple of years. Every once in a while we'll kind of evaluate that stuff, see if we need to adjust the price or maybe just donate it.
Yeah, we do have some stuff that's like that, like the perfume bottles.
There's a chemistry book.
Yeah,
they're sitting around forever.
Yeah, we have a few things that are probably a couple, like at least 2 years listed. Eventually, usually during inventory, well, like when we're going through inventory and we're like, do you have this? I'm like, yeah. How long has that been listed? Candace will say, and I'm like, all right,
let's get rid of it.
Give it the heave ho, and we'll end up with a big old donate pile. I would say typically
not very much stuff.
2 to 3, yeah, it's not a whole lot, but 2 to 3 years, I would say.
Yeah.
And then some stuff like the Walmart pens, we're gonna give them longer than that.
Oh yeah, because some stuff that you know is long tail, it might eventually sell. Some stuff you just like, okay, it's been listed this long and it hasn't sold, and it's not like a collectible item, or,
right?
You know, you just know.
Yeah.
You just know.
After a while, you figure out, all right, that was a dumb item to buy.
Yeah.
Won't do that again, and donate and move on.
Yep.
Man, this sign is pretty deep. I'm the handle of your hoe, the door of your homestead, the wood of your cradle, and the shell of your coffin. I'm the bread of kindness and the flower of beauty. Ye who pass by, listen to my prayer. Harm me not. That's pretty powerful, huh?
Yeah.
There's a little pond over there. We'll get a better look at it because we're about to go on a little bridge here. You can see that's a pond. You think that's water lilies, Candace?
Yeah, that's white water lilies.
Wow, that's a lot of them.
Yeah. Next question is from Donald Miller. Curious, how do you test various remote functions other than just light up, like Marant's remote? I guess they want to know if not only does it power up, but does it function?
Okay, so the way that you could test a remote control, as long as it's an IR remote control, it's not some kind of weird RF remote control. Most remotes are IR. They have the little LED looking dome on the front of them. Most of those you could test by pointing them towards the front facing camera on an iPhone. It just depends on which cameras have IR filters on them or not. I know the front facing camera on iPhone doesn't, so you can use that. And if you could see, whenever you press a button on that remote, if you could see that little LED flash, whenever you do that, then that's a working remote, because that's what it's supposed to do. Now, if you want more testing beyond that, then you would have to actually have the unit that it goes with. But yeah, that's a suitable test. If you have a GoPro, GoPros can see the IR light also. A lot of cameras can. I'm just not sure of the list. So if you're curious, just Google like whatever camera or phone you have, and you could probably figure out if yours can test an IR signal from a remote. Candace is pointing over here.
There's a better view of that little lake.
Yeah.
Interesting, there's like pine trees growing right in the middle of the lake.
Yep. Oh, and as a matter of fact, I want to mention that Marantz remote that we tested did not work, and I tossed it. Yeah. All right, we're at kind of a crossroads here. 3 different trails.
Well, it's 2 trails that loop back around to here.
And check out this sign. This is kind of scary. If the bear approaches you, do not play dead or climb a tree or run. And they talk about how to spray a bear. We don't have bear spray. We probably need to have bear spray next time we do something like this.
I don't even have hairspray.
Do you have bear hairspray?
All right, next question is from Side Hustle Sam. When you cross list on multiple platforms, how do you handle when you need time away? When you put time away on eBay, does it automatically put you on time away with the others, or do you have to go into each platform individually? Funny you should ask. We actually just had to do that, and yes, you do have to go onto each platform and take care of it. eBay has time away. Etsy, you just have to put your shop on hold. Same thing with Mercari, right?
Yeah, Mercari was they have a vacation mode, and when you go on vacation mode there is no there's no selling. All of your listings on Mercari and Etsy are invisible basically at that point. I guess
you could extend your handling time.
Yeah.
We just chose to go ahead and just put them on hold.
We make so few sales on those 2 platforms. Yeah. That's what we did. Yeah. On eBay, we chose, there's a worm just descended.
Came
or
down
caterpillar or whatever. Yeah. Look, he's hanging on. He's hanging on his silk, I guess.
Now he's on me.
But yeah, we did go vacation mode. Man, he's just cruising. Look, he's like, it's almost like he's flying.
Oh no.
Can y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Yeah, there he is. But yeah, on eBay, we did vacation mode and gave a return date. They've made their time away mode much better on eBay now. It used to be very confusing.
Yeah.
But now it's super easy. We were making so few sales on vacation mode that this morning I took it off of vacation mode because it's Monday and we'll be shipping on Wednesday.
Yeah, we're going home tomorrow, so 2 days from now we'll be shipping. So he went ahead and took it off vacation mode and just did 2-day handling today.
Yeah, and then in the morning we'll go ahead and bulk edit again. I do have the laptop. We're fortunate we do have Wi-Fi. It's a little in and out, but we're able to use it, or we could hotspot if we had to. But yeah, in the morning we'll go ahead and bulk edit everything over to 1-day handling and hopefully make some sales.
Yeah.
Because I think we've only got like 17 things that need to go out right now.
Yeah, and they've been decent items, so it's been a lot worse before we've gone on vacation.
Oh yeah.
I'm not complaining. I'm grateful for that. But
no, in any sales we make it all while on vacation. I just look at it as bonus.
Yep.
Because we got to take vacation.
Yep.
All right, same day later on, and we are back at our campground. And we're back on the path.
This is kind of where we left off in yesterday's video.
Yeah.
This little garden to the left.
Yep, that's it.
And then the boardwalk to the beach. So we're about to head out that way and check out the water.
We couldn't bring Pippin, unfortunately. No dogs here. This is the only place we can't bring them.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go take a look at the beach and we'll answer a couple more of y'all's questions. Y'all can see they built this really nice.
This is all state park, all the green.
Yeah.
And
you can't see anything. Everything's hidden by the
there's condos over there.
Right. But yeah, look, check out this long this super long boardwalk.
And if you don't know about the Florida Panhandle sand, it's white powder sugar. It's extremely soft, just nice and bright.
Look how much further this goes. It's almost like we're going to go see the Wizard of Oz here. You have a question ready?
I do.
Let's do one.
All right, this question is from Lynn. It says, "Hi, I'm a newbie here to your channel and love your content. How do you check that the video games work? Do you have to have a console for every kind of game? Or do you just see if the game has scratches on it? Sorry if it's a dumb question, but I'd like to pick some up when I go to garage sales."
Not a dumb question at all, Lynn. Really, when it comes to optical media like disc, yeah, if they look good, I sell them as working condition. I don't test them all. I very rarely test any video games at all, honestly. And it's kind of a numbers game. Every now and then one will not work, or somebody will claim one doesn't work, and you write that off to the cost of doing business. Now, recently we did talk about, I did tell Candace, I'm like, look, I'm gonna start keeping one of each system. We sell enough video games to where it makes sense.
Especially if you have a really expensive video game, you want to test it. And it also helps that if a video game does have scratches, we're able to take them out, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah, we can, you know, as far as optical media goes, it's pretty rare that you find discs that don't have any scratches at all. And that's when it gets a little dicey. And that's why I'm glad I'm able to clean the disc off. But really though, like PS3, PS4, Xbox One, PS5, I guess the new Xbox games, those are all really resistant to scratches anyway. But yeah, long or short answer to your question, no, I don't test video games.
All right,
look at this water.
This water, we're coming up soon. It's
beautiful.
It's like aqua turquoise blue, like the Caribbean. It's just amazing.
It is.
I'm hoping y'all can see it here.
Yeah, I hope it comes through good. Looks awesome out here. And here's that long boardwalk behind us.
Yeah. And you can see how far the state park stretches.
Yeah.
Where there's no development, that's state park.
One other thing about the video games, when it comes to like cartridge games, one good thing to do, take a Q-tip, dip it in isopropyl alcohol, and just scrub those pens down real good. Keep doing it until your Q-tip comes out clean. That'll go a long way. Usually, sorry y'all, we have a lot of planes here. Usually if a cartridge game doesn't work, that's the reason why. It just needs to be cleaned, the pens. So, those are not dumb questions though, those are good questions.
All right, check out this beach, how beautiful. And because it's kind of cool, there's nobody out here right now.
No, the water is cold, but man, it is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Perfect. Man, this water is freezing. I'm not swimming. I'll wait a little bit.
Okay, we have another question from Elegance. Would you guys consider trying to sell the board games on Board Game Geek? I've never bought or sold on there, but you can see right from the game's page how many people want it, how many people have it, and which ones are for sale and how much. We actually did kind of toy around with the idea of looking on there, but because these games are so expensive, we were leery about that being our first experience on that website.
It's worth investigating though.
It really is, because some of them are just, there's really no interest in them. So we probably will eventually. We kind of wanted to see how they would do on eBay first.
Yeah, and so far on the expensive board games, we made our money back by selling some of the Cthulhu parts. But other than that, we haven't sold any of the other stuff. And we may end up having to just slash prices or something.
Yeah.
But Board Game Geek is a really good site if y'all never heard of it. You can find a lot of like board game reviews, how to play.
Parts lists, like inventory lists.
Yeah, it's really good for that. Another place that I've heard people sell board games, I wouldn't sell these board games there, But I've heard people sell them on Poshmark because of the shipping. So that's another thing for us to maybe think about. Not with those.
Yeah.
But I've heard board games actually do really well on Poshmark. That's gonna be it for this one. We just wanted to give y'all a little taste of what we were doing on our days off.
Yeah.
And
we'll see you again back in the shed. Our time tomorrow.
yeah, it is Monday.
It's Monday, so we won't be back until tomorrow late, so we'll film on Wednesday.
Yeah, but we have videos still. We have plenty of videos in the bank to keep on publishing. We just didn't have anything ready to roll, so we wanted to go ahead and film a couple for y'all so we didn't have to miss any days. Thanks a bunch for watching, and we will see y'all again very soon. Bye, y'all.
Bye.